Well, now to another big problem today. This one in Naugatuck. Take a look at that ballot. Those names, if you can see them, they're tiny. They may look familiar to you. That's because they were all candidates back in 2012. Old ballots were brought out this morning by mistake. News 8's AJ Walker has been working on this one all day. She's live with more. AJ, everyone's wondering, how does this happen?
And you know, this happened about 6 o'clock this morning. This is when it all started here at Maple Hill Voting Precinct, right when the voting precinct opened. Now, this is a copy of that bad ballot that voters say that they got. I obtained this copy straight from the voters registrar's office, and they confirmed that this is indeed the bad ballot that they were given out. Now, voters say once they saw this, they knew immediately there was a big problem.
And what do you think about the names that you see on here?
Well, I noticed right away Linda McMahon, and then a lot of these people I didn't even know, and I knew they weren't running, but I knew it was the wrong one, and it said 2012.
Michelle Moran, along with another astounded voter, was shocked that the ballots they were given were from 2 years ago. Chris Kaczynski, a moderator, says she was feeling the heat from voters who questioned the ballots.
Why was I giving them a presidential ballot to vote on when it was a governor's election?
Names like presidential candidate Mitt Romney and running mate Paul Ryan, even President Obama were on the ballot. But how could something like this happen?
And not realizing when I opened up the box there were ballots there. I just automatically took them out because that's where we normally store them. And a wrong box had been brought up to me, and they were ballots back to the presidential election.
Kaczynski says the box of old ballots was brought up from the basement by a janitor. She says she didn't realize the mistake at first, and 3 of the wrong ballots had been given out. But when it was crystal clear what had happened, Moran says a frantic search for the right ballots ensued.
They were calling up everybody to try to get the right paperwork. Nobody checked the files.
Today we went to the voters registrar's office to track down those old ballots and see them firsthand. There they assured us that ballots are barcoded and that although they were 4 years old, they say the system would have rejected them. But it still leaves voters wondering if this colossal mistake could happen, what else could be happening to your vote? Kaczynski says she's been a moderator for 35 years and this has never happened before, and she's going to make sure it never happens again.
Maybe instead of coming in at 5:15 like we come in, maybe we all better come in at 5 o'clock and go to the boxes first and check the boxes out.
As voters pile in to voting precincts, hoping to make a difference with their vote, now some say they have to hope the system will allow for that and truly make every vote count. And Michelle Moran says she's worried because she has to come back tonight to cast her vote because earlier they didn't have the proper ballots. Now, she says earlier when she was here, they crossed her name off on a list as if she had voted, but she didn't because she voted with this improper she was going to vote with this improper ballot. So we're waiting. She's waiting to see if her vote will count tonight, and she will indeed be given the proper ballot. For now, live in Naugatuck, AJ Walker, News 8.